Well, in this shortened video, I'm working on a piece of brown pastel matte paper, and I have a piece of vine charcoal, and I'm really just intuitively creating some marks on paper. And I am not making flower or plant lines. Although most of the lines I am making are very organic, and I do have a photo of my garden sitting off to the left of the screen. And so I am looking at it to see what flowers are there and just looking away from it and just trying to create some organic lines that maybe represent some of those flowers. Now I'm taking a wedge for the pan pastels, and I'm using some of the same colors that I see in the photo, which the photo is from my garden. And I like this wedge tool because I can move this tool around. I can create some wide marks. I can create some thin gestural marks. And it's really a great tool to begin some layering on the pastel mat. And I really like how the pastel mat reacts to the pan pastels. So that is what I'm doing here. I'm laying in some initial loose colors that represent the colors in my garden. One of the things that I'm finding about the pan pastels and using those in my pastel paintings right now is that it really mimics the same process that I use when I do acrylic paintings. I like to start with a thin layer of color, and I like to start really intuitively. And if I'm doing something that is based on florals, then I don't like to define those flowers. I just like to use the colors. And so I'm really finding that this application of the pan pastel in the beginning really does really match what I do with my acrylic paintings. And so I think there's going to be a much better transition from one medium to the other because I don't want to have my acrylic paintings look so different from my pastel paintings. Although many of my pastel paintings that are of flowers, you can tell that they are flowers, but I do like these more non-objective gestural abstractions that have floral colors. It gives me a lot of freedom, and I love the variety of marks that I can make. One of the things that I did before working on this brown pastel matte paper was I practiced mark making on newsprint with the pan pastels and this wedge to see just what could I get. So I did do some practicing, and I've used pastel matte paper in the past, and I have used the pan pastels on it. I've done some underpainting with fluid acrylics and ink tints and different things. So I have used it. It's not a brand new technique, but I've not had this many choices of colors, and I've not used a large sheet. But it's been great that this large sheet that I have here that you see in the video I got for $3 at the Blick outlet portion of the Blick store. So, which was really great. So it allowed me to be able to really try it out without thinking, oh, I'm going to ruin this piece of paper. And the other thing in the past that I've done with pastel matte is I know that I can wash off the pastel without ruining the pastel matte if I'm pretty careful. So I wouldn't want to do that with this large of a piece of paper, but it is possible to do that. So, and I really enjoy working on a dark colored surface like this because it adds such a nice contrast to the colors that I'm putting on top. But you can see how this layering is just really working so well on the pastel matte. I am loving this process. Well, I'm going to speed this up a little bit right here so you can see the rest of the colors that I'm putting down. And they do, well, I am referencing the photo so I can see what colors I want to put where. So this is still, in my mind, a partially an underpainting. And the next thing I'm going to do after I'm finished laying in the colors is I'm going to start layering on some soft pastels of different brands and creating some different kinds of marks that are going to go on top of this layer of pan pastel. So now I'm going back in lightly with a little bit of the vine charcoal. The vine charcoal creates some really nice light lines, and so I'm putting in some lines because I really had covered up a lot of those vine charcoal lines, and I wanted to add a little bit more of those before I start adding some pastels. I'm adding some mark making with some harder pastels that are similar to the colors that are down with the pastel matte, but this is a way to get some initial mark making before I start putting in some of these soft pastels. And, you know, they're all different. There is no particular brand, and some of them are softer and create a nicer line than others. But it's just really trying to get different things going on, different kinds of marks. The pastel matte makes those nice wide layers of color, and then putting down some of the harder pastels, I get some more mark making, and then I can go and move on to some of the softer pastels to finish this piece and get a lot more different kinds of mark making. So it's all really a layering process, and it's all very intuitive on my part, and something that I have practiced a lot, so I'm very comfortable with it. It's the way I really enjoy working, is being able to turn off my brain and just go with the flow. So I continue to work and add brighter pops of color, stronger marks. I can use that wedge tool to kind of blend things and soften some of those marks. But it, you know, how can I enhance certain areas? How can I create different kinds of marks, bolder marks, make some areas stand out a bit more? I'm not trying to make flower lines. I'm not trying to make a flower. I'm just really using color and marks to represent flowers, the impression of. So that's really what I'm after in this piece. I'm not after anybody looking at it and saying, oh, that's a recognizable flower. I know what that is. No. And I'm not trying to be Joan Mitchell, but I would say that's maybe a little bit closer to how I'm working, is even memory of impression, feelings, and really working without analyzing what it is I'm doing or trying to make something turn out a certain way. Just really working intuitively. And somebody once said to me that they thought it was more like jazz, and I would say that I think that that is true, that in my best moments, painting is like jazz.